Am I live? I'm live on YouTube. It's getting stuck again. I'll have to check my Twitch and all. Yes, baby. Uh-huh. So if I do this, how long does it take? There's a significant lag, I guess. Am I audible? Huh. Maybe I need to increase my gain a little more now. Yeah, probably. Or I need to speak a little louder because no, I think I'll just increase my gain. Hold on. 13.5 seems fine. Now is it okay? Is this gonna pick up the fan noise a lot more? Yes. Okay, okay. 9 followers. At YouTube I'll also check. Am I live? Am I live? Manage my account, my channel. Oh yes, I'm live. No, it doesn't really matter. Should put on some music also. Oh yes, I'm live. Okay. Music, which does not get me copyrighted. Let's probably play something from इंडियन वाले प्ले कर लेते, क्या फर्क पड़ता है. For 2 viewers, hello. If you're here, just come say hi in the chat. I've not streamed in ages, and I mean ages. Where is my iTunes here? Library. Yeah, sure. No, not this one. Yes, this one. I think the streaming and everything is just taking a toll on my computer because I can't see shit and my computer isn't working properly. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So it's nice to see 2 viewers here. 2 on Twitch. आ जाओ चैट में हाय कर दो. आओ. छोड़ा है जहान नीचे मैं तुम्हारे अब हूँ हवाले. Should I put on my Twitch chat on? Twitch chat तो दिखना चाहिए ना इसमें Streamlabs में. This is me only. चलो Twitch पे चलते हैं, देखते हैं. I mean, it'll be better because I can see what everyone is saying. Anyway, welcome to my first stream in God knows how long. It's Friday night here, and yeah, what a slow night. What a good week for me, though. It's a really good week for me. Oh, actually, I'm just gonna mute this. Yeah, it's been a good week for me. Uh, Health-wise, it's not been good for my family because I think my dad got COVID, and my grandfather from my mom's side, my mom's father basically got COVID. So that's nice. I mean, not nice. So yeah, um, I somehow managed to escape it. So that was, I guess, lucky for me. And yeah, yeah, let me just check something. Yep, at least the chat's working here. So yeah, my dad got COVID. My grandfather got COVID. Now my mom's coming down with a little cough, and it's crazy, man. Over in India, it's super bad. We're running out of vaccines as well. So it doesn't look good. I'm keeping safe. Actually, um, a couple of guys a guy who's living right in front of my apartment, he's apparently suspected. The guy living next to him, he has COVID. So I'm just surrounded by COVID right now, and my classes, they don't know when they'll come back. So yeah, I'm just thinking, since I have time, I worked a lot today and I have nothing better to do. But might as well just go live, see what happens. Sometimes it's fun to just go live, and just chill and kick the shit and see who comes on, what do we do, what do we say. So yeah, I did not put alerts in this, it's it's pretty fucking stupid. I would not know if anybody followed me. The last follows I got were 2 years ago, and those are all my friends. I guess maybe one guy who I did not know, but everyone else, yeah, it's my college friends. 2 years ago, I think 2 years ago was the last time I properly streamed on Twitch, and that time I was streaming PUBG Mobile. I think that was what uh, it's probably the hottest game in India at that point of time, and it's crazy how it all disappeared because of the fucking government. But it's alright. Oh, yep, that was my cat. So what else has happened? I think whenever I need to learn or want to talk about something, I just go over on Twitter, and I run like what, two Twitters. One's just like purely for academic purposes, one thing anything which will help with my study. So I study geopolitics and international relations in India, and it's pretty important to stay up to date with whatever's happening in the world. So right now on my Twitter feed, it's all about US conducting a freedom of navigation operations in India. It's just taken the entire strategic community in India by storm. I should probably update the title and say let's talk geopolitics or something like that. Wait. So yeah, that freedom of navigation operations, FONOP, by the US, it's created such a storm because, well, India is getting closer to the United States as a partner. Um, Hold on, I'll just take it to Cats and Geopolitics. Not gaming content, but yeah. So it's just it's just taken the entire thing by storm simply because India was getting closer to the United States. Like we signed a few deals with them, and we just now this FONOP, even though it's apparently it's pretty common. Like the US has been conducting these operations against um, India and all its and other partners like Japan and South Korea. So I don't know, like it's not a new thing, but public perception is not nuanced as such. So for Indian folk right now, this will be a, uh, oh, the US is asserting its authority. Indians are right now, if you know any Indians and if you know about South Asian geopolitics, India is very scared of the West. Scared as in not fearful, but when it comes to you know colonization by the British, and then 1971 when we were at war with Pakistan, the US supported Pakistan and India had to take the USSR's help. All of these things just contributed a lot to some sort of baggage for India. So it's a very surprising move. I mean, like I said, the operation as such is not new. It's not a thing which is new or away from the normal, but it's the statement which the US Navy published that was very surprising, simply because it'll lead to a lot of perception problems, and India was coming out of this inertia where you know an alliance with the West was not seen as dangerous. But now, this move by the US Navy, again, not the operation, the move to release a public statement saying that we conducted a freedom of navigation operation against the maritime claims of India within the Indian exclusive economic zone. When it comes to stuff like this, just it creates a very weird optic situation in India. And now the whole non aligned movement and strategic autonomy movement in India will just revive like this. And everyone's going to be like, okay, we should be a little more careful when we go into an alliance with the United States of America. And yeah, because Russia is a very important trading partner for India, and we were acquiring a defense system from them, the S-400, and the US was about to sanction us against the CAATSA, the Countering Adversaries of America through Trade Sanctions through Sanctions Act, and there was a lot of talk whether the US will give some sort of exemption to India or will India abandon the entire deal itself, because the S-400 is a pretty advanced system. Is it the best? We're not really sure, but from my professors and the people I've heard talking, um, a lot of them favor an alliance with the United States of America because they feel it's better in the long run. Since, of course, the United States is an established superpower, and but this operation, I mean, institutional wise, like if you think about it, institutional wise, at a government level, the relationship between India and the United States should not change much. This will just be like nobody's going to pay heed to this in India. At least the media will not, and the government will not acknowledge it. Um, I mean, they'll acknowledge it, but they'll just not make a big deal about it. They'll say कि these have happened. We've notified the United States of America about our problems with this, and that's about it. But yeah, at an institutional level, it should not change much. At a public level, though, there will be a little more skepticism regarding the United States of America, because this whole after independence, India has a very strong sense of territorial sovereignty. especially after the colonial experience and whatever Pakistan and China have tried. Will be a lot of skepticism. And this government of ours, it's a very, what should I say? I mean, it's conservative in ideology, but the love for the motherland or the idea of a sovereign and united India is very strong in their ideologies. And I don't know whether the intellectuals will be able to convince the government heads or the people of the party that it's not a big deal. But yeah, that'll be left to see. If I go through my Twitter, especially the geopolitics one, the other ones is like shooting to shit Twitter. That I use for just football and stuff. Um, US is still China's well. Well, an interesting perspective I got. So this guy was basically saying that all in all, US secured a self goal with the announcement, at least optically. I don't think it'll change anything though. Which the guy said, and I said maybe it'll revive the whole strategic autonomy, or whatever I was saying right now. And then somebody said, I don't think so. Institutional relationships are deeper, which I kind of agree with. But then I said, optic wise, there's a little nuance. And then some guy said, from a different perspective, might Mr. Biden wants to give a message to Winnie the Pooh, which is, of course, a reference to Xi Jinping, that if the Quad move, like even after post Quad, if the US moved in South China Sea, they also did it with India. So he thinks that the US and China still want to maintain some good relationships. I think India is far more important to the US than China, obviously. The US probably does want to maintain some good relationships with the China, but India will be its strategic partner in Asia, 100%. Uh, what else is happening? The vaccine thing in India, it's pretty bad because, well, we're running out of vaccines and people are dying here. If the Quad pushes a China containment strategy too hard, it should be prepared to see many Southeast Asian states cling even more firmly to neutrality or even cast their lot in with China. Yeah, um, that basically will be ASEAN's position, I guess. The Southeast Asian nations will want to assert some sort of neutrality because at the end of it, it is their region and they do not want to be caught up in the, you know, between two superpowers anyway. So, I mean, yeah, they'd want their own version of Indo-Pacific. I have a course on maritime security, which will be interesting now considering the FONOPS operation right now. Um, but yeah, it'll be interesting. And Southeast Asian nations, a very aggressive code might push them towards China. But I still think that they'd still want some level of neutrality. Um, there's a night curfew in Bengaluru, Karnataka from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. from April 10 to 20th. Hospital visits, travelers, medical emergency services, night shifts, and offices will be allowed to operate. Of course. Um, what else? Oh yeah, well, the whole unexpected move, John Paul Jones. USS John Paul Jones. It's a pretty interesting name. I think I hope it's after the Led Zeppelin guy. Nothing in UN clause conventional laws of the open seas. permits the military activities in other nations, EEZs. It is one thing for the US to conduct freedom of navigation operations in disputed waters, as in the South China Sea. It is another to do so in a partner nation's EEZ without its consent. Yeah, that was, like I said, it's a very strange press release because it highlighted that they conducted this operation without any consent from India. Um, the US Navy's unusual boast about challenging India's excessive maritime claims is just that, a boast. Because, I mean, I'd like to think I consume news from a lot more views, but yeah, I don't know why. What excessive maritime claims? Anyways, so it says its warship merely sailed through the EEZ without doing any maneuvers. During the UN clause and resolution negotiations, military activities in other states' EEZ was a point of contention. And it's still a major point of contention in international relations because the UN clause failed to clarify the legality of unilateral military activities in other states' EEZs. In this light, it is ironical that the US Navy should seek to assert its right against a friendly India. I am just not aware of any maritime claims that India has made, especially, but this isn't even an excessive maritime claim. I mean, the press release clearly says that it's the exclusive economic zone. So, I don't know. The EEZ account for some 102 million square kilometers of roughly 335 million square kilometers of ocean surface. Under India's interpretation, foreign militaries could be barred from operating in nearly one third of the world oceans. So I think from um, I think that's then it's just a question of perception. What we consider our EEZs and what the US thinks it's an excessive version of EEZ, but the US is getting too comfortable. India isn't a junior partner to them or anyone for that matter, and they need to be reminded that just because you have China as a common enemy doesn't mean we have surrendered our EEZ to the US. It's EEZ and not a territorial sea. India's domestic law has only barred foreign military movements. We haven't made it easier to allow Indian civil movements with their foreign militaries in their own waters. See, like this is what I mean, right? This whole anti-US sentiment will suddenly start propping up in India, especially in the public, because everyone wants to be a geopolitical analyst. Everyone wants to know about the world, and I guess when that happens, then yeah. So yeah, this thing will probably be the main talking point for everyone for a while at least. Um, Damn, my face has become so much more fatter. I've put on so much weight during COVID. It's not even funny. What else? Jeff M. Smith, Cold Peace. He's a US foreign policy guy. Wait, what is he? He's a research fellow South Asia at the Heritage Foundation. Okay. So yeah, he's just reiterating that the fawn op is routine. The US allows fawn ops in its own waters, and they do it to their other allies, even the Europeans for that matter. Um, and yeah, I should probably have it like this, right? So my cats who are sleeping now can be there. I miss playing games. I should play something eventually, right? I will play something eventually. Okay, I'll probably just drink some water, come back, and then I'll see if I can play something. Maybe FIFA, maybe Bannerlord. I'll think I'll just play Bannerlord. Bannerlord's fun. Yeah.